Hello, everyone, and welcome to our training class on landlord reference and the benefits to renters. First of all, Landlord-Reference.com is the credit agency for landlord references. Our website is Landlord-Reference.com. Our goal today is to go ahead and provide an overview presentation talking about the benefits of our service to renters. Then we'll do a live tour of a renter account on our service, as well as a live tour of a landlord account to show how they interact with one another. And then we'll also talk about next steps. First of all, various cities today require that applicants be screened on a first come, first served order. Now, what that means is that if a renter is prepared, they can actually benefit from this process and be able to improve their chances of getting the rental home that they want. First of all, landlords can define what is their complete application. And whoever gives them all of those requirements, they are then first in line and first to be screened. Many times, these complete applications include really four critical parts: the rental application form itself, credit, criminal, and eviction reports, pay stubs, and proof of income, and the last piece being landlord references. In the old method, gathering landlord references would take 5 to 7 days to gather, and our service now allows for landlord references to be a part of that initial complete application. So the question is, how can renters gain a valuable edge to be first in line and then to be first screened? We're going to go ahead and talk about that today and how Landlord-Reference.com can really benefit renters in a variety of ways. The three main reports that are really used today are credit, criminal, and eviction reports. The problem is that these reports really do not provide the renters or your complete story. So how do you really use these reports or use other application criteria to really tell your story to show that you really are the best applicant? First of all, credit reports do not contain any information about a person's renting history. It contains nothing about their rental payments. Were they done on time? Did they have any late fees? It does nothing about what was their damage history? Did they cause any problems? Or also, did they violate any terms of the lease? The criminal report is also a report that's actually having its use being limited. So there's also various cities today that do not allow for criminal reports to be used when screening applicants. The third common report is the eviction reports. Same thing here. Many times, eviction reports don't contain anything that did not go clear through the eviction process to a verdict. So if they did not go through the court case to the end, it will not appear on an eviction report. Also, tenants are also commonly paid just to vacate the apartment based upon what the landlord's attorney says. Go ahead and pay them the leave, get the apartment back, and get it re-rented. So what you see is that these three reports, while they are good, really don't tell a very complete picture to allow you as a renter to show that landlord that in fact you are the best applicant and allow yourself really to stand out against all the other applicants that are there. Landlord attorneys are also encouraging screening companies, property management companies, and landlords to really create landlord references for their tenants, but also require landlord references of their applicants, because saying that that tool really is the best when they are looking to find a qualified applicant. Now, our service is something that we've set up there to really benefit renters through a lot of different ways of really resolving other challenges that exist in the landlord reference process today. So our service allows it to be proactive. It brings about more control and greatly improves transparency. So first of all, our service allows for you, the renter, to go off and pre-gather and approve or challenge your landlord references so that you can be as prepared as you can be before you begin looking for your next apartment or rental home. We provide complete transparency that does not exist today, trying to replicate what exists for your credit report. So while with your credit report, you can go off on an annual basis and for free review your credit report and look for anything that's not factual. What we've done is we also gave you a level of transparency to be able to go in anytime you want and to review your landlord references and make sure that they are accurate. And if you feel that they are not, then you can then respond with photographs, with documentations, and words challenging its accuracy. So again, you can truly know what the landlord said or what they will say to future landlords and be able to challenge or confirm the accuracy of that report. By being able to go off and proactively gather the information, you can be first in line because now you can provide that previously long duration process of gathering landlord references from 5 to 7 days by making that instantaneous to that landlord. So it greatly improves your ability to be first in line and first screened. You can also then use the landlord reference report to provide supplemental data, if that's something that's allowed where you live, to complement your application to further show that landlord or screening company or property management company that you really are qualified to be their next tenant. We also understand the challenge that renters have, that they have to apply at multiple places, and that comes along many times with application fees. Our service now allows for you to go off and provide the complete application materials to that landlord, be able to get back a final decision to know if you were accepted or if you were declined, and then only then go off and apply somewhere else. Probably as importantly is that we understand the need for privacy and to maintain your personal information. So our service allows you, the renter, full control over who sees your landlord references. You do that by signing electronically your rental release, which then allows for information to be viewable to the landlords for where you are applying. Even more importantly, guys, is that there is no membership fee. Membership is completely free. There's no subscriptions, there's no contracts. You can go off and gather and review your landlord references for free, possibly months before you need them, so that when you do need them, you've already done that pre-work, and it once again greatly improves your chances of being first in line, first one screened, and the first one to get that place that you truly want to live. So what I encourage you to do is really demand that your landlord uses Landlord-Reference.com so that you can then be prepared for when you want to go off and find your next rental home. So let's go off now and show you what it's like as a renter itself. If once you create your account, you simply come here and you click on this blue renter sign up button, and then I'll walk through the steps of providing information to tell us who you are. And then we'll also verify your identity just to ensure that no one can steal your identity and that you are the one who has complete control over your account. And also, you have complete control over who then is able to see your landlord references. I'm gonna go ahead and log in here as a renter. What happens then is you can see here very simply, I have verified my identity in the upper right-hand corner, and you cannot get to this point until you truly do verify your identity, once again, to ensure that you have control over your personal information and that no one is stealing your identity and acting on your behalf inappropriately. So this is where it actually comes up and says your rental release signature. It defaults to being unsigned, And when you are ready to sign that, you simply click on accept. Now it shows that you have signed your rental release, allowing landlords who also have to verify their identities to come in and view your landlord reference. And they have to have information that you provide on your rental application in order to do that. So it gives you a lot more control. Whenever you're done, you also have the opportunity then to say is, I'm done applying now. I'm going to protect myself. And you can click on decline, and that will then block it going forward until you want to go off and release that information. The beauty of this is that we are giving you the opportunity to go off and gather up your landlord references by requesting your former landlords, whether it be your former or possibly even your current landlord, create a landlord reference on you that you can come in then and you can review it and either challenge it or confirm its accuracy. Once again, to give you that power to be prepared for when you want to go off and apply to your future vacancy. You simply do that by clicking on Landlord Reference, clicking on Request Landlord Reference, entering in your rental address, when you live there, what the property manager's name is, and what the property manager's email address is. There's a chance that you do not have their email address, and I just simply call them and let them know about what you're doing, ask them for an appropriate email address, and then also let them know that an email is coming where you are asking them to create a landlord reference for you. Once you're done with that, simply click on Send Landlord Reference Request, and then that will then send off an email to that landlord showing them that they have a request from you. While these reference requests were sent, they will appear in this top area. Once the landlord creates that, it will automatically move down here to your active landlord references. If for some reason your landlord is not replying to you, you can simply click on resend, and it will send in another email to them with another request to do that. But what we found is that landlords are very quick to reply, especially when you give them a phone call, tell them it's coming, and that request really is coming from you where you already have a relationship with that landlord. Once you have the active landlord references, then you can come down here, you can actually view those, come through and look at what did that landlord say about you, and is that information correct or not? If you feel that it is correct, you can simply click on this button here, data is correct, and then hit submit. If for some reason you believe that that is not correct, you can click on data is incorrect, and then add other information that you want to hear about what you believe is incorrect about what was listed above. You can also upload various photos. You can also upload various documents to prove your case, to show them that what you are saying is factual, not what they said. Then the landlord will be able to view that, come in here and modify the landlord reference, or possibly give you more information about why they are saying what they have is accurate. And once again, further confirming the accuracy of the information. Okay, so it's as simple as that for you all to go off and request landlord references from your current and former landlords. Once that's done, all of these active landlord references will be available for your future landlords to see when you are making an application to them. Again, going back to your dashboard by simply clicking here and saying, I accept it, you are signing your rental release form. And that then unlocks it and allows them to see that. Once again, it defaults to locked until you have an account and until you specifically unlock that. Let's go off now and also show you what the landlord sees and how that actually works for them. As a landlord, they will come here and they will click on application reports. When you submit your application form, they will come here and enter in your new application, right? Once they do that, then it will then appear on their application reports. These are just examples of my personal account with our renters. Once it shows purchase report, that means that there are landlord references that you have and that you have signed your rental release. If for some reason you have landlord references and you have not yet signed your rental release, it'll show up as blocked. If for some reason you do not have any landlord references yet, what the landlord sees here is none exist. With both of these being both blocked and none exist, they are able to simply click on that link and click notify applicant, and then the system will send you an email telling you either to unblock or sign your rental release, or to go off and gather up landlord references, as I've explained here earlier in this video about how you can actually do that. Once they purchase that report, they will then be able to go in there and view that report. The nice thing is that they can also see who the landlord was. We can truly confirm that that truly is your landlord, because I cannot change this information. So whoever creates it for you, it has been verified as that is who created this report. Okay. Again, your landlord can go off and also add pictures and documents that existed for your tenancy. Once that's done, the landlord themselves has an opportunity of purchasing the landlord reference themselves or charging it to you. Now, most likely they'll go ahead and pay for it themselves, especially if they have taken an application fee. If they did not take an application fee, they may ask you to pay for that um, as their payment for the cost that they are actually incurring. Again, they are not charging an application fee. They are just passing forward what their fees were to you directly. So again, that really kind of shows you then how you can go off and gather up landlord references, and then what the landlord sees on their side to be able to then finalize your application and to be able to do the landlord reference part of this much more quickly than the standard 5 to 7 days that have happened in the past. All right. Thanks, guys. Go off and gather up your landlord references and be prepared for when you want to go off and apply to your next rental. Thanks.